Welcome guys, thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode. I want to give a ginormous shout out to those of you guys who are tuning in to this episode, as well as those who tuned into the last one, and anyone that's new on this journey of mine. It's freaking crazy. It's episode 4 already, but let's get straight into it. Boy oh boy, do we have quite a switch up on this episode, introducing all new segments to our podcast series. An element of improvement or a massive flop? You let me know. Our 3 segments being railed out on this episode, guys, are recent updates, donkey of the week, and inspired by. Instead of me explaining what they mean, I'll just let this video sort of provide an insight on how that works. So, how are we, man? Another week in lockdown, Sydney, Melbourne, and Newcastle. Keep your head up, guys, there is light at the end of this cave. I promise. Let's not forget to try and look after ourselves, honestly, during these lockdowns, both mentally and physically. Without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. Recent updates on this episode, guys. Who's seen that clown that dressed up and started jabbing everyone with needles?
It wasn't a clown, bro.
What, really?
Some lady decided to impersonate being a doctor for 8 months.
Fuck.
Get your facts right before doing
Alright,
a YouTube
relax,
video.
man. But yeah, a doctor working in Bankstown Hospital did the impossible, I guess. No hex fees, no nothing. Took the invisible freaking elevator in life, managed to fool everyone, and landed position as an assistant doctor. Hard to believe, but she definitely did whatever it took. I feel like the media, though, should just come out and tell us who it is. It's not like she's gonna get abused behind bars. Do you know what I mean? Like, just tell us who it is. You may as well. I mean, like, for those of you people who did checkups, procedures, or anyone just went to the hospital during this time, like, give them the chance to review anything that they did in Bankstown Hospital.
Or get compensated.
Exactly. It's really important to look after our health, guys, and do the most with what we're given. Speaking of health, vitamin C. Vitamin C. It's something a lot of people who are in lockdown at the moment, including myself, aren't receiving as much. I mean, even if it's 10 minutes a day, right? Like early in the morning, get up and just be outside. Get your vitamin C. All this staying in one spot often just brings about more harm than good, like in the long run. So let's just make sure that we're balancing things out. Advice to you guys and advice to myself as well. Before I forget, big shout out to Urban2144 who reached out recently. They've had their Snapchat account taken down. These guys are freaking amazing. All they do is share what you guys see or hear. They've been in the community for such a long time. So let's support them while we can. I'll pop their Snapchat details in the description below. Moving on to our next segment, guys. Donkey of the Week. Who do you think we should give this one to, studio guy?
You don't pay me enough to care.
Fair point. Guys, Donkey of the Week this week has to go to that fake doctor in Bankstown. Whoever that was. You thought you could fool the system, but you didn't. Not an inspiration or role model at all. Speaking of inspiration, guys, this brings us to the final segment of today's episode, which is Inspired By. Inspired By is where I mention someone either well-known or underground who inspired me and just, you know, makes me inspired to do what I'm doing, basically. And in this episode, I have to give that to Chilling It, who's just a freaking ball of creativity. The reason why he has this episode's Inspired By is due to this guy's unbelievable hustle, man. He's an Australian rapper with just talent that can beat on so many freaking levels. Humble as well. I've seen his recent interview with Jade LaFay. Shout out to Jade. Honestly, was just so interesting. Just how he built up his work ethic. Really super chill, big hustler, and just honestly inspired. Man, shout out to Chilling It. Right, guys, this was a massive quick one, but hopefully I can extend these episodes in the long run. But I just want to remind everyone to give these episodes, you know, comments, likes, engage. Let me know what you're feeling and let me know what I can improve on as well. And please remember to comment. Right, guys, that brings us to the end of this episode. If you guys like this episode, please remember to give it a massive like. For those of you who aren't subscribed, I would love for you guys to join the family. Please remember to comment. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.